Thank you for joining us. My name is Zach Norris. With me today is one of our asset management partners, Bill Toomey from Legg Mason. Bill, one of the questions we're getting from a lot of people right now is with the market going up and down and all over the place, should we just move all of our assets into cash or money market? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, thanks, Zach. That is a question we get all the time when markets move down. We have to remind people that volatility works both ways, and that this is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Really need to stay focused on your long-term goals, where you're trying to get to, and the amount of risk that one can really afford to take with their investments. It's not, can't time the market. It's not timing the markets, it's time in the market. So I've put this piece up, which I think you've attached a link to, is entitled Learning from the Lessons of Time. And if you look back at past downturns, going all the way back to 73, 74, the 87 bear market, 2000, 2002, and then the financial crisis back in 2000 to 2007 to 2009, you can see the immediate drawdown that we saw. And if people panicked, got out, moved, timed the market, if you will, they potentially didn't get back in at the right time and missed tremendous amounts of upside in the market. So the timing aspect of it, if you look back over a 20-year period, staying fully invested in what would be the S&P 500, you would have compounded return of 6.21% over that 20-year period. Had you missed just 20 days in the market, the best 20 days, your returns would have been close to flat. And that's just missing 20 days over a 20-year period. So had you missed the 100 days, you'd been out almost 12%. So the story, the message here is really, looking at where you are, where you're going, and not trying to time the market when we see these downturns. But we also have to remind people that, when we tune into the media, their job is to sell, the headlines and to get you to come back tomorrow. They're in the business of selling advertising. That's how they make their money. So there's an old saying, if it bleeds, it leads. You can see here's almost 40 years of headlines that would have caused people to make a decision and in essence time the market. But you can see at the bottom there that the market has continually to trend higher over that period of time. So, Zach, the message here is really, looking at where you are, where you're going, how you're diversified, and not trying to time the market. And more importantly, working with the financial advisor is probably a more prudent plan when we see volatility like we've seen in the first quarter of 2020.
Yeah, I think that's great, and I would echo those sentiments. I think that someone once told me that the media is not the financial industry, it's the financial entertainment industry, and that just goes in line with what you're talking about there. Well, hey, Bill, listen, I appreciate you jumping on with us today. I look forward to future conversations with you. And as he mentioned, there'll be a link in the description to this brochure from Legg Mason. So if you want to take a look at that, please do so. And feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. Otherwise, we'll look forward to our next chat.